it comes to rock steady and the harmonies and stuff like that, I can't beat it, and the vibe that I get when I play for my particular type of crowd, which is rock steady and goes into ska. The vibe is really great. So when I'm playing that on the road, is my favorite genre of music to play.
80s, early 90s. And the reason why, I used to be a disc jockey many years ago, and I was fascinated by the production of the music at that time, the efforts and that the producers put into the music, even outside of reggae in the same era at the same time. In the 80s, early 90s, even had an influence, well, hip-hop influenced dancehall and reggae music to some extent. I don't think the music is being produced that way anymore. There's a lot of computerized stuff going on now, and of course you're moving with the times because it's a trendy thing now to be able to be hip and all of that, but I think some of it has lost its flavor because you don't have enough instrumentation taking place. So I'll always be a lover of 80s and early 90s reggae music because that's when I think the most passion came out in the music.
Yeah, in reality I love 90s dancehall, probably my favorite. Dancehall era of the 90s was more fun. People enjoy themselves more listening to the music, paying more attention to the music than anything else. 90s dancehall is my favorite.
My favorite era, without apology, has to be the rocksteady era, when our musicians, our amazing musicians, slowed the music down from the frenetic ska pace, and they called it rocksteady. Songs like Alton Ellis, Girl I've Got a Date, Hopeton Lewis, Take It Easy, Delroy Wilson, I'm in a Dancing Mood, Bob Andy's I've Got to Go Back Home, Ken Booth, The Train Is Coming Baby. The party only gets sweet when rocksteady begins to play. Long live rocksteady. Rocksteady lives.
Favorite reggae era? 90s. Main reason is because born in that era. So that was predominantly what I was hearing. Yeah, there's just, even now, there's something about the music, the reggae, well, reggae music, or, you know, any other genre from that era. The quality and the content, it speaks to me.
Late 60s, 68 into the 70s, early 70s. I like that sound because it's heavy on the bass. I don't think during that time there was a lot of electronic production of the music. Everything was live. Drums, live guitar, live music. So if you don't get it the first time, you gotta start over again. So I liked that sound, especially Lee Scratch Perry. He introduced different elements to create these like instruments, like a grater, fork, hitting against a table, you know, stuff like that. So that was my era.
My favorite era of reggae music would be easily the rocksteady dub era of reggae. Why? I am a young person. However, that era made me really realize that sort of the foundation of other genres and reggae, it started everything. Being a writer and having to write so much about this era really opened me up to that kind of era of reggae music. It really stands out for me to really see the foundation, how things started from the persons like King Tubby and Cox and Dodd, who started their sound systems from scratch out of the back of their house, of a shop. Really inspired me. I love Lee Scratch Perry, Cox and Dodd, things they've produced, Bunny Lee, persons like those. That era of reggae music is what really stands out for me.